Okay, so welcome back to the class again for agricultural products marketing, and this is the part after midterm exam. So after midterm exam, we're gonna learn specifically for 4 P's: product, price, place, and promotion. And also, I can provide you two case study for the raw materials for agricultural products and also the processed products. Like we're gonna talk about that in like full reviews for both subjects. So we're gonna have around 6 classes for like 6 chapters for the rest of the class, and I'm gonna provide you for the details for in case of the term projects next week. So let's be figure out and finalize. So I try to make it simple. So and gonna be group, maybe the member in each group gonna be around 3 to 4, just in case. I don't want to have a huge group course. You might not be able to work, especially for the online situation. So maybe 3 to 4 member each, and I'm gonna ask you to do grouping by yourself. Of course, you're gonna need to work with the person who want. So no worry about that. So let's get started, and I'll try my best to finish this one as soon as possible. Okay. So for these chapters, what we're gonna learn is actually, as I mentioned before, we know in general, the marketing mix is composed of 4 P's: product, price, place, and promotion. And today's lectures is going to focus on the product specifically for agricultural products. So here's the content that I would like to teach you today. First thing is I'm going to talk to you guys for the concept of marketing management. So marketing management is very important. Of course, think about the products. So for now, in modern marketing, you need to think about the consumers, what they really want, what they really need to have. So you need to look for the product or service that they really need. So if you know what they want and need, then you serve it. You're gonna have success for your business. It's not like what happened in the past. In the past, we did not focus on that. We just focused for producing the things that you think the consumer will like. But for now, it's changed. It's like words. You need to think, you need to look, you need to observe and analyze the need and want from the consumer first. Because in terms of the products, if you know exactly what they need and want, you will make some decisions for your business to focus to segment the things that they really want, and also it's very important for you to know what they want and need. Of course, it's linked directly to the strategies that you're going to apply, and also the component and type of the products that you will produce. Second one, the management of the products mix. So products mix is actually a huge uh, a name that is covered everything about the products that you will produce. Product mix is composed mainly for the product line, and also the I totally forget actually the product items. Sorry about that. So the product line, or sometimes you heard like line production, is the same thing. And also the product item, which is individual products that include in each product line. So we're going to talk about that later. And the last one, we're going to talk about the management of agricultural products component. So the components for agricultural products, we have many dimensions. Like we need to think about characteristic. We need to think about the brand. We need to think about the service and also level. So everything we talk today. So it's actually these chapters we talk mainly for the products. So for the first topic, so I'm going to provide you the definition and importance of agricultural products. So I will give you more clear. When you think about a product, it's not just actually the things that you can touch. but the other things can be called as the product as well. Then, what is the composition of agricultural products? And what is the type of agricultural products? We have many dimensions that we can think in terms of the consumers, in terms of the physical things. It might be classifying agricultural product in different ways. So, what is actually important things for agricultural products? Why we need to think about these products? Of course, think about this one first. Product is considered to be the most important marketing mix. So we have product, price, and promotion. It's very simple, right? But what is most important things? It's actually products. If you have low quality of the products, it's very hard for you to set the price. Sometimes it's not easy to set the promotion and also the price as well. But if you have very good product at first, so it's good, of course, you can set and give some position that you really need to have. So product is the most important. Then we need to think about the products before the other things. Of course, especially for marketing plan, you need to start from the product, which actually what is the things that consumer need and want. So consumer is not just general consumer, the target consumers. So for now, again, the modern world of marketing, you need to look what they need and want first. Don't think the things that you want. So the things that you want might not be the same as the things that the consumer might need and want. So listen carefully what is the thing that the consumer really need and want. So I also talk to my student in School of Agro Industry when they develop a new product, and I ask them, do you think this is the product that they want or not? They said, oh yeah, I think they're gonna like it because I like it. I think, oh, that is not a good idea. Of course, you develop the product according to your preference. It's not just the real things that consumer need and want. So listen to them carefully. And then this is very important, of course, when you understand the product clear. So you're gonna know the characteristic of the products, the quality of the products, and how to make differentiations in terms of the products. Especially for agricultural products, it's look pretty the same, right? So what you need to do, you need to understand what is the difference that you will present when you compare to the other products. Then the positions. So if you have very clear, that is you have something better than the other brand or the other type of the product. So you can do position according to the quality. And the last one, if you understand clear about the products, you can set the marketing strategy very clear as well. So sometimes if you don't have clear, the concept of the products, it might not be easy for the marketers to just set the strategies or to apply the strategies to the products. So think about this carefully. So let's go to the meanings or what is actually the products. So the products can be, as I mentioned before, it's not just the thing that you can touch. It's not just the goods. It can be service. It can be ideas. So it can be tangible or touchable or intangible or you cannot touch. It's like abstract. It's imagined like that. So again, product can be all of them that present to the market to respond the consumer need. Again, I keep talking about this because I need to make sure that you focus or concerned about these issues. Of course, for now we're looking for the need and wants from the consumer in order to maximize the satisfaction or make consumer feel very happy for your product. So some of you might think, okay, what is tangible? So tangible is touchable. It's like I have mouse here. It's have like oval shape. It's have the dark color. It's have the good size. Let's just for my hands. So this is tangible. Think about agricultural product. If you have the orange, you have the round shape. orange, have the orange color, have a good smell. So that is tangible. But how about intangible? Intangible is the other things that you cannot touch. So it's maybe the service, like installation service, advice service, warranty, or brand recognition. Like you remind something, oh, you see this product, and it's remind something, not just the product. It's the other things like how good it is, or the message that they send is also count as the product, or the product recognitions, the societal idea contributions, the things that happen in the society that's linked to your products is actually the products as well, but it is intangible. So for now, it's like many people love to preserve the world, like conservation. So they think about the global warming. They don't like drunk driving. They do exercise. This is also the products too. So in conclusion, products can be everything like good, like physical things that you can touch, service or idea. That is not the things that you can touch, but it has some meaning that consumer need and want. And then you serve that for having the maximize satisfactions from the consumers. Then, to be clear, I think some of you still get confused. Oh, Ajahn, what is actually the service in agricultural products? Let me tell you this way. So in Thai, we have the term name Yong. Yong. It's actually the person who take care of the rice. So they are rice broker or middlemen of the rice specifically. So this group of people have the job. So they can connect between rice mills and the rice exporters. So they may be the person who are in between. So you have rice mill, you have yong, and you have the rice exporter. This middle person taking care of some service, like they're gonna provide you some deals on the price. Like this is for now, this month the price is high or low, or the the place for meeting could be meeting place from the seller and buyer. Like you might say, okay, if you have 100 tons of the rice, the way you can have the trade, so you can set the place between seller and buyer. And also, sometimes they also provide the financial support as well. So Yong can be the person who do some activities. So Yong might not be growing the rice, might not be rice exporter, but they can be the person who link between these two things. Okay, so this is a type of intangible products. It's actually, I would say, it's this service. Then, in general, when you think about agricultural products, you might think in two ways, like is this the raw materials and processed products. So raw material is actually it's very fresh one. It's no need to, it didn't have any actions on the product yet, but processed ending with ed. That means is be produced or be processed. So they have some actions in the raw materials, and then they change the form. So in this case, the raw materials is actually any products that's related to agro or agriculture's and industrial use. So we have primary agricultural products, which is the direct consumption. Like you have fruit and vegetable, then you consume it directly. This is the primary. And also you have the secondary agricultural product that might need to do some processing step to be the finished products like rice, corn, cassava, or sugarcane. So you do a little to change the form. So this is the secondary agricultural products. So when you think about raw materials, you can think like first, it's going to be plant. So in this case, plant can be classified to the fruit and vegetable. It's very close to you. So fruit and vegetable have some characteristic, which is it's very perishable. It's easy to be spoiled, right? Then it have the bulk or it's have very large size, and you cannot use 100%. You need to remove some part and use just the rest of them. So it's bulk. It's seasonal because it's just some product, like most of the product, happen with the season, like seasonal issues. So we have the production time, we have the harvest time, we have the collecting time for that. Then the quality variation we need to concern is it's normal for agricultural that every single product is not the same, it's different. Okay. Then in terms of the plant, they did not have very high values. Of course, it's just the raw materials. So you need to do some process, like processing to create or to add up the values and create the utilities to the product. Then you have livestock, which is actually for the meat products. So you're gonna have the business for pork, like pig farm, cows or chicken, like that. So it's actually we call it livestock. Livestock is also perishable. Of course, it's very easy to spoil, but you need to concern about hygienic control. So concern about safety and cleanliness. Then you also need to do some process to extend the shelf life. If not, it's gonna be go bad very fast. Like you have the pork meat, and then if you set outside the refrigerator, it's gonna be spoiled fast. So you need to do it because you need to create the variety of the taste or many flavor, many texture for the livestock product, and then you can export it. How about fisheries? Fishery also perishables too. It's very easy to spoil. Like you catch the fish from the sea, and then you just leave outside. It's gonna be down in the quality very fast. You need to think about hygienic or the quality in terms of safety and also the freshness too, and also the quality control. So fishery products you can do a lot like chill products, frozen, canned, dry, and seasoned to extend the shelf life. So everything here you can do it. Okay. So I think I need to check. Give me 1 minute. I need to send the message. Okay, for this is important. Okay, so let's continue. Sorry about that. So in terms of the raw material, it can be many. It can be rich and vegetable. It can be uh, pork, beef, chicken meat, or it can be seafood or fish products. So raw materials, the concept is actually is this the the things that you need to do some other process. It's very fresh one. But how about processed products? So processed product is actually you use the raw materials. I would say is this you use the fresh version and then you just do some other process to create some utilities. In this case, if you remember for the first chapter, we talked about we do some process for agricultural products in order to have the other utilities like we do form utility to create a product variety. Like you create different flavor, different size, different texture. Then you extend the shelf life. This is time utilities. You also have the place utility that is actually you have the transportation to transfer the product from one place to the other place. And also it can be available for many places or available for all years. So this is the objective for the processed product. So again, the processed product is actually you do some other process to change the form to meet with the consumer need and want. So the processed product is can be served to meet the consumer need domestically and also internationally. So and also it can be used for industrial purpose as well. So when we think about processed product, it can be classified like food and non-food. So for food product industry, we have finished products like canned fish, or sometimes we have semi-food products, semi-processed food products. It's like you have smoked fish and then you exchange a little bit and then you need to use it for the other process. So this we call semi-product. product. Or sometimes it can be the raw food products too. They just change the form. They just cut into this. Maybe think about the fish. You just uh, remove the skin, just have the white meat of the fish, and then just consume used in the other industry. How about the non-food product industry? So non-food product industry is can be textile, like the clothes. We also use some part like cotton to produce it. Rubber industry, we use the rubber sap. We might have feed industry. We have the corn and then feed to the cows. We have paper industry that we use the tissues from the tree and then just bind it and make it in the paper. So agricultural products can serve in many places. It can be served for the food industry and also non-food industry. So for now, you have the general idea, okay, when you think about agricultural products, can be raw materials and the processed product. And what is actually important for agricultural products? So in terms of the agricultural products, and again, it's what is most important for the marketing mix. That is actually respond to the consumer need and want. Don't forget, you serve it because you need to have the maximum satisfaction from the consumers. It's also when you have good product, it's also, you're gonna have good revenue, like the outcome from the exchange. Think about when you have very good product, very high quality product, you can buy, but you can sell its very high price. Then you also create the values to consumers. If you remember, we have the value chains. During the way that you change or do transform the product from the raw materials to the processed food to the processed product, you add the value into it. Okay? Then the agricultural products, they have different quality, different forms, different color, different materials or service. So you can do consumer segmentation because you can segment based on the money that they have or economic situation or the taste, the preference, or the social class. So uh, if you think about you have the products and then you have different level of the quality, you can serve different ways. And then the last one, when you have the products, it's actually the key for business success. So I would say it's like KPI or key performance index for having a good business. So we can measure the success in the business in two ways, like the satisfactions from the consumer, which is you need to maximize it, and also the repurchase. So five things here is all 5 point about the importance of agricultural products. So again, when you have the product, it's actually the most important for academics is create the money to your business, is create the values along the way, and it can be used for do segmentation according to the different level of the products. And also, it is the key issues for the business success. Then you might hear this word, but not quite often, total products. So total product is actually the characteristic that you can monitor, you can just identify. So total products can have 4 characteristics, but it's actually not, they do not need to have all 4. Some products just have 2 or 3 or 1, it depends. But how about total products? So total products is including first the physical products, which is tangible. You can touch, you can see the size, the weight, the design, the color, the quality, and the service. Then the brand name. So the brand name is also one part of total products. So it can be name or an image or logo. Anyway, any form it can be is the brand name. And product function. Like what is the function of this product? I have the soy milk. I think you can see it. Yeah, the soy milk. So the product function is make it's going to provide me the protein, and also it's have low sugar. So this is my favorite product, and it's at the duty. That's servicing. So servicing is the combination between product and service, like how to use the fertilizer. So how to grow, how to use the seeds is actually additional part that is linked to the products. Like here, I have the soy milk. They said is unsweetened, no sugar added, and it have nine amino acids that contain a lot of protein. So I can have 14 grams of the protein from drinking just one box here. So it's actually the definitions or the details that you can have. But um, you might think in different ways, like the example that I mentioned on the slide here. So it's actually when we have agricultural service. So you're gonna have a person who take care, I'll give you some opinion, give you some advice. It's also servicing too. But normally for the tangible product like here, you can touch, servicing is not quite important. Of course, you know already what it is. But it's important in some cases, like you don't, is this very new, then you need to have some advice from the salesperson, so they give some, okay, this is the soy milk that provide you the immune system, it can protect you from covid-19, so this is servicing. Okay, so again, all four characteristics going to combine together to be the total product, and total product will not need to have all four characteristics. It's maybe just two, three, or one. It depends. Good. Level of agricultural products. Actually, in marketing planning, marketer need to concern in different levels of the agricultural products. So the most important things, which is the core benefit. So the core benefits is actually what is the ultimate or the final goals for the products. Like you consume germinated rice. So for to be clear, germinated rice have something special. First, you let them germinate, and then they can digest some nutrient that easy for you to digest and absorb to your body. So that is the reason why they call germinated rice gonna have something good for your health. So the ultimate goal for consuming germinated rice is not just for carbohydrate. It's not just for make you full, but it's for healthy. So healthy is the last thing. This is the core benefit. Or if you think about the organic vegetable, so the things that you need is not just for the consuming the vitamins or the fibers, but you think about safety. Okay, so this is the core benefit. So let me sip. Then think about basic product. So for basic product, it's actually linked from the core benefit, but it's not the ultimate goal. So, for example, in terms of the germinated rice, the basic product in your case might be the drink or the flour or maybe the food product made from germinated rice. So it's actually the normal product, but the core benefit is actually the ultimate things that you need. Then we also have the expected products, which is the things that you need to have or you think what it will be. In this case, it might be good package, like very good looking package and good taste, especially for the food product. Trust me, if it look good but it tastes bad, consumer might not like it. So normally it should come together, look good and taste good. Then we also have augmented products. So augmented product is actually the things that you add from the basics products that make it different from the competitors, or sometimes it's beyond the consumer expectation. Like you have the product and then they say something like, oh, this is product that can boost your immune system, or the instructions that they provide you, like please check the products before drink to have the best taste, or the warranty, like the guarantee of products, or sometimes you can return some product, but it's not happen a lot in agricultural product. It's also augmented on the purchase service. Like you have call center, then if you don't like it, you can just send the message. Then this is augmented products. I would say augmented product is very important. If you have very good product, but you can add augmented product to the main product, it can create a better choice to the consumer. And then you can differentiate your products like separate from the competitors. So don't ignore the augmented product. So last one is potential product. Potential product is actually the product that consumer did not like. The consumer might want to have in the future that follow with the trend. So we call it the potential. Of course, this can be possible. So potential product is actually the products for the future, like germinated rice flour. Like I just mentioned, germinated rice is the rice that have some more nutrients, have easy to digest, or easy to absorb. So they will be famous in the future. So this is potential products. Or I would say for now is plant-based meat, also the potential products too. Of course, for now we have some people who concerned about consume less meat. So it's going to be increased, or the insect products is going to be potential products too. Then as I mentioned before, we can classify agricultural product in many ways. The first way that we're gonna think is physical characteristic, like the look, the things that is physical, like the outer side. So this can be three things: non-durable and durables, and also service. So non-durable, remember, like it's very non-durable. Non-durable is not last for long. So it's just have very short shelf life. It can be tangible, like you can touch it. It can use just one time and it's done. It's complete, like it's removed. Sometimes you need to buy it very often, like for example, rice, sugar, fish sauce, fruit, and vegetable. So non-durable is again, it's not last for long. It just has short shelf life. So the strategy that we can apply for non-durable is actually you can make it convenient. So you need to spread through the market and make it like easy to buy, easy to purchase. It's have low profit. So you can set the price at the low level. Of course, you need to draw attention. You need to make it easy to purchase. So you need to set this low. And you can do high advertising, like have the campaign, have the promotion like this way. So you do that, of course, you need to make the consumer try and like your products. So this is for non-durable. How about durable? Durable is also tangible, but it has longer shelf life. It's sometimes it's very long, like the machine. So you buy one time and you can use this 10 years. The strategies that you need to apply for durable product because it's actually lasts for long. So what you need to do, you need to have the salesperson or service. So you need to contact with the consumer, provide some information, and make them believe on you. Then you can set the higher price than the non-durable because it's going to be more expensive. Then you can set the higher price and then you can have higher profit. And then this type of product need warranty. So it's not it need to have the warranty time. Like if you have some machine, so then you need to make sure that it can use for at least 10 years. This is the warranty. How about service? Service is can be again, it's intangible, it's not touched, it's uncertain. Of course, it can change, then it's unable to keep. So in terms of service, they have some variation, like some part that is not quite stable. So that's the reason why when you think about service, you need to have more quality control. For example, I have the bad feeling for the internet service. It might not be linked to agricultural products directly, but um, for this time, like today, during record this video, I need to drive from my house to the MFU. Of course, internet service in my house is broken, but I call them. Then I just ask them, "Can you fix it?" They said, "Okay, we can do it, and we're gonna contact the local service." Then I contact around 11. Then the second time I call them is on uh, 3 around 4 p.m. because no one contact me. They said, "Oh, we received your request and we're gonna process again." I said, I'm pretty sure that this is the normal service or not." They said, "This is normal service," and I can't wait anymore. Around 5, I called them again and asked them, "Could you please confirm that I can use the internet today or not?" They said, "We will contact supervisor and contact to you as soon as possible." And then 6:18 p.m. they just contact me, and right now I'm in the MFU. So see, the problem is around 6:15. The local service called me and they said, "I'm sorry about that course. For Sunday we closed, but the call center unit, think we work every day." I think, oh, that is the communication problem. So don't make it happen anymore. Of course, it makes the consumer feel very bad. So see, the quality is not the same. So you need to make sure that you have the policy to control the quality, especially for the service. Of course, if the things that happened with me, I did not trust this internet provider anymore. I would say I really feel bad about it. Of course, I need to record the videos and then need to process the video for the class. So this is example of a service. Then some that is not the agricultural products service. But for agricultural product service, like you have the farm tour and homestay. So make sure that every time the consumer have your service, they're gonna have the same quality, the same expectation. Okay. Yeah. So we just talk about classification in terms of physical characteristics. How about the purpose of the use? So the purpose of the use we can classify in terms of the consumer's goods. So the consumer good is actually the final product that's for consumption, like ultimate consumer. So if you're the final consumer, that is, and you consume the product, that is the consumer goods. So consumer good can classify in 3 ways. Before that, to be clear, we have consumer good, we also have the industrial goods. So make sure this make sure this topic first. We have consumer good is the product for final user, but for industrial goods is for processing or the other operation. For the consumer goods, we have three things. We have convenient goods, we have shopping goods, we have the specialty goods. So let's have the big picture like this first. For convenience goods, so the convenient goods is actually convenience like the name. It's easy to buy, so you don't have to pay much effort or you use very short time to buy it because it's actually the things that you familiar or you used to. So it's actually daily use, like you use every day. So that's the reason why normally is have low price per unit. or it's very cheap. You remind the brand name of the product. So normally you do not need to compare, like no comparison on the quality and the price, because you know what it actually is. And also it's actually you make very fast decision making. So some example is like the you buy the product from grocery store or convenience store, like milk, water, bread. So think about the characteristic again. For milk, water, and bread, it's easy to buy, right? It need less time if you don't think too much. It's you don't need to pay attention for it to buy it. Of course, you just grab what, but you have the brand that you like, and normally it's consumed fast. It's have low price. You don't need to compare the quality, and you make very fast decision. So this is the characteristic of the consumer goods. Then sometimes convenient goods might be something else, like have something special, like it can be impulse good, like when you go to do 7-Eleven, then you see something on the cashier that you grab it, that is impulse. So impulse sometimes we call unplanned, like you did not plan it before, but you do purchase because it's just remind or it's just make you feel like you want it. Stable goods, stable is mean important. So stable or the major good, like you consume it frequently, like consume very often, not much time. So you make the decision fast. You don't have um, pay to use the effort a lot. Then it's actually planned and also perishable. So this is stable food. So stable food for me, I remind myself is like you need to have like milk every day. You need to have water. So it's actually stable goods. How about emergency goods? Emergency goods is actually the products or the goods that is unplanned, but it's rarely need. Like for now, COVID-19, you need to have some earth to prevent the COVID-19. So it's actually emergency goods. Then the strategies that you need to apply for the convenience good is first for the price. You need to focus on the brand. Of course, we just talked the characteristic that is easy to buy, is fast decision making. So you need to focus for the brand. And then in general, the convenient goods have low price per unit, and you need not compare the price a lot, and it's the things that you familiar. So the best way to do for the convenient goods is you make need to make the consumer remember your brand. Maybe you use some advertising, maybe you use some media to send the message to them. How about the place? So for the convenient good, like the convenient, you need to make it convenient. So expand the selling unit, make it available as much as possible, to easy to buy and also the convenient to consume. How about promotion? So you need to do some point of purchase display. Maybe you just decorate the product, the decoration place, like make it look beauty or it's linked to the concept. And also sometimes you need to have the point of sales materials, like you have some promotion at the purchase time, buy two get three, buy one get one, to draw the attention. Of course, keep in mind the convenience good is very the same. It's look the same. You need to make something special or something different, and do not forget to focus on for the brand. Then shopping goods, for the shopping goods is actually different from the convenience good. Shopping goods is comparable. Shopping good, you need to pay more time and pay more attention to buy it. So you compare the quality, the taste, and the price. So you have two choices, then you compare about it. This is shopping goods. Then Actually, they have. You need to focus for not spread the selling unit. Like you don't have a lot of selling unit. You need to focus just for some of them, and you can set the high price per unit because it's comparable. And the other characteristic for shopping goods is have long shelf life. So you can talk the shopping good in two ways. First one is homogeneous. Homogeneous is very the same, like very similar. So you need to consider on the quality, utility, decisions on the quality, and create the differentiation and positioning and focus on the brand. The same thing. Why we talk about homogeneous and we need to do a lot, of course, when it is homogeneous, it's also this it's very the same. It's almost the same, right? So if it's almost the same, what you need to do, you need to create something different. Okay, sorry. I think some animals just walk around here. So if it's the same, you need to create something different. So create something different. You can create according to the quality, the utilities, or make some different positions of your product. Or if they can remember the brand, that is also the things that you must do. How about for example, for the banana, if I put the sticker like Dole, so it remind me this is very good product and product from a good company. So heterogeneous, homogeneous can be different. How about heterogeneous? Heterogeneous, the concept is actually different, not the same. So they have different in basic issues are the standard. Like they don't have the same characteristic. They do not look the same, like the same, or having the same things. So in this case, we need to have the salesperson who just gives some information to the consumer. For example, you have apple and papaya. So this is totally different. This is not the same. But you need to make sure that they're gonna select the apple or the papaya for some reason. So salesperson gonna take care of this part. The strategy that you need to apply for the shopping goods is first, you need to set the price differently. Of course, you need, according to the consumer perception, if the price is the same, that means they think the same thing. You need to set different price, maybe high price for good quality product like premium grade, lower grade, like this way. Place, you should limit the selling place, the selling area, because you need to make them have more value. So the consumer need to pay some attention to create the feeling that this is important. And but keep in mind, it still need to have the convenience as well. How about promotion? For promotion, you need to have salesperson for promoting, like in because it's comparable. It's not just convenience product that they can select by themselves, but for shopping goods, you need to have a good salesperson who just provide some information and like please buy my product because this is good product. It has good quality. You can use a lot of things with this product. So the key component for shopping good is the salesperson. And also, I would say is they can provide some product information and some suggestion because some shopping goods, if they don't have the salesperson, the consumer might think the same thing, like, okay, the same brand. No, I mean the same product, like orange from Chiang Mai and orange from uh, Bangkok. But how I know it's different salesperson gonna serve that. Then specialty goods. For specialty good, it's actually you don't need to think about that a lot because it's have very special place to serve. So in this case, the consumer for special goods is going to be brand loyalty. So they fall in love with your products and then they will keep buying your products. So this is the specialty goods. Like for example, we have the brown rice, like germinated brown rice is for the healthy group. You have organic for the safety person, like they concerned about the chemicals, they're concerned about the good health. And also we have organic coconut milk. This is the same segment. So specialty products, again, the consumer for this group of the product, they have the royalty. So you do not need to pay more attention, just trying to send the direct message to them. Then, because they're willing to spend the time searching, because it's very specific, so they're going to search information a lot. Then they have the decision making according to the special characteristic, which is irreplaceable. The key component for specialty goods that you need to make is you need to make that's happen without copying. Like it's not easy to copy. So if you can differentiate by making something special, that is the specialty goods. The strategy that you can apply for the specialty good is first, you can set very high price. Of course, the consumer for this group, they believe and they admire your product. Then your product should set very high price because it's linked to the quality and it's linked to the image. If you set the low price but good quality, they might not trust you. They might think, okay, maybe something wrong with your products. So make sure that you understand the consumers and you know what is the position that you need to set the price. Then for the price, so because the consumers focus on the brand, so you need to limit the shop. Of course, if they are the big fan of your product, they will find your product the like all effort. So for example, if you like consuming organic products, so they might go to some places like in Chiang Rai, you might go to some farm that have organic products only. So in this case, you need to drive for a long time, but it's worth. You need to pay for the 100% organic for have a best quality for the products like this way. So limited the number of the shop. Promotion. So for promotion, the key component you need to do is making something different in terms of product differentiation. So you can focus on brand-based advertising, focus for the quality things or the special things that you have for the products. So here is the table that compare with all three things: convenience product, shopping product, and specialty products. So for first issues, we talk about consumer time. So convenience is very little time, but shopping you need to compare. So considerable, like you need to concern. But for specialty, it's not need to concern because it cannot generalize. Or specialty is have some they have special time, special effort. So we do not need to compare, but we do compare between convenience and shopping. Convenience is very easy. It's just little you don't need to pay attention. But for shopping, you need to compare for considerable. Planning time. So the same thing. Convenient is very little planning time because it's easy to find, it's easy to purchase, it's fast decision. But for shopping, especially, you need to compare. So you need to concern more. How soon one is satisfying. So when how fast it's gonna be make you feel happy. So convenience is gonna be very fast, like immediately. For shopping, it's gonna relatively long. It's quite long. So both shopping and specialty can take some time to make you feel happy. How about the price and quality compare? So as we just talked, only shopping products have to compare the price and quality. Then frequently of the purchase, convenience is very often. Shopping sometimes is like not quite often. The same as the specialty. You need to buy in some specific length of the time. Maybe 2 months, 3 months. But for convenience, you can buy it almost every day. Important. So convenient product is not important for you because it's very easy to buy, so easy to consume. So it is not important. For shopping, it's quite important. But for the specialty, is not. You need to concern the important because specialty is specifically for that group of people. I would say specialty is very special for this group. So it's the most the most for them, the most special for them. Then we also have the last one for the consumer products, which is unsought goods. So unsought good is the products that the consumer do not know or have not do not have the demand at first. For example, some product you do not know that's have in the market or you don't have any idea for it. For example, the royal jelly capsule. So the royal jelly is the new product. They have some good minerals and good for your body. So they can provide the marketer can provide you, and then you learn about it. So this is unsought goods or unsought product. So if they don't know anything about the product, what you need to do? You need to use some promotion. You need to promote it in order to make them perceive this is the product, then they can trust. Then what is the function of the products? The strategies for unsought product is direct contact. So you can talk directly and lots of attempt to sell, like you need to do some promotion and sometimes you need to search for the direct consumers to make sure that you link with the consumer. I would say this is gonna pay a lot, but unsought good is might need some time to be accepted from the consumer. And we just talked about the consumer goods. How about industrial good? Let me drink the water a little bit. For industrial goods, so again, industrial good is the product that used for other purpose, like for producing or for the operation in other business. Industrial goods can be raw materials, like unprocessed or slightly processed. This can be the component or part that you need to use, like the equipment, you need to have some part to build it. So this is component. Installation, sometimes you can have the installation as the industrial goods, like you have some process to build the huge dryer. So you need to combine many equipment. So we call the installation. So normally it's take time and it's very expensive. Accessory equipment. So that sometimes you have the product, you have the items that you do need to use for operation. For example, you need to have the thermometers, you need to have the cutting machine, so that is accessory equipment. Supplies, so it's actually the short time to use and very cheap. So sometimes supplies can be any product like fertilizer or the chemicals for agricultural products. Last one is business service. So business service is actually the service in terms of the things that will help for running the business, like transportation, insurance, the seat consult, the consult for any um, product situation. So this is industrial goods. Then the second main topic is for the product mix. So I can provide you the definitions and dimension and also the decision on the product line. So what is the product mix? Product mix is actually the all things, the all product that a company have and want to sell. So in this case, it can be combine everything together to be the product mix. So product mix sometimes we call it product assortment. So product mix can have can need to combine two things together, which is product line and product item. Product line. Product line is a group of the product that have close relationship. For example, in my food factory, I have two product line. First one is the snack line. Second one is the instant noodle line. So in each line is have some other product. Like for snack line, I have popcorn, I have wafer, I have the rice cracker. So this is a product in the snack line. Then we also have the instant noodles, which actually is very close to snack line because it's used agricultural products. So this is the product line. So each product line have the product in each line we call the product items. So product item is actually the specific model or specific products in each product line to be better picture and have the better pictures. Think about we have the Kraft brand. So Kraft Food is actually a very big company. So they have hundreds of five product line. So at hundreds of the product, they can classify to be five product line, like snack line, beverage, cheese, groceries, and convenience meal. So see, they they can group all product to be the five major product line. So this is the product line. Or here, I said, oh, we can have three product line like breakfast cereals, baked goods, and beverage. And each line we have individual items. Like first one, we have 10 items for breakfast cereals. We have 4 items for baked goods. We have six, no, seven beverages for beverage line. So you need to understand this one because some of you might work in food industry or food company. So the product width. So the product width is actually the number of the product line. In this case, we have three number of product lines. So the product width is 3. Product length, this is the total product, like the number of the product in total. And the depth is the product variation or what is actually the details in the product. So it can be like variation in the product, like different size, different flavor, different taste. And then, like for example, um, the product depth for Tang. So Tang will have 6 different flavors. So they will have 6 product depth for just Tang. Okay. Then product mix consistency. So product mix consistency is actually the how is close together between product line. So what is the relationship between the product line? So if it's close together, it can have very close relationship because it have high product mix consistency. So in other terms, I would say you have 3 product line here: breakfast, cereals, baked goods, and beverage. So all product line are close because it's all agricultural products, or they have used agricultural product to produce. They have very high product mix consistency. Then, when you want to make the decisions on the product line, you need to think in many ways. Like first, product line analysis. So please think about the sales, the profit, the competitions that happen on the market. Because you need to make the decision like keep or eliminate the product line. Also, sometimes you need to think about positioning for creating the marketing strategies. Like you have the product like for Oreo. Then Oreo, who you fight with, like Cream O, for example. No, Cream O is not your um, competitive competitors. It's not the person who have strong force. So you said, okay, you because it's totally different. Do not need to focus for Primo. So you just separate this brand out and focus for your brand. So it's about positioning. Decision on the product line length. So in terms of increased the line production, like the number of the product in line, you need to think about the objective and the resource that the company have. Like first, think about upselling. So if you want to increase the sales from the current products, and then you need to think about what is what is the product you need to create for serving the consumer to have the new which have the new lifestyle, the job or the family. Of course, if you need to increase the line length, like more product. So think about how the consumer change. For example, they love more healthy products, so you need to add more product in the line. Or cross-selling. So cross-selling is like you think normally you have soy milk for the elderly people, the older people. Then you need to make the cross age to the younger people. How you going to do it? You can make something not just plain, not it can be have some flavor. It can promote some health benefit more than the older people. So we call it the cross selling. Then protect against the economic swing. So you sometimes can provide many brands in the same market because you need to make sure that it's cover our market share. So this is used a lot. Sometimes if you don't know what is actually the main brand, you think, oh, this is different brand. No, sometimes they have the parents brand, like we have the main brand and the other brand who gonna cover different level of the market. Then decisions on the line stretching. So line stretching is like you also increase the length. The first one, you increase the length, but you make the decisions in terms of the resource, the objective. But for the line stretching decision, you think in terms of um, the result. So I would say the first one, you think about the purpose, but the second one lies stretching decision. You focus in three ways. And they have the same objective, which is they need to increase the length, but the action that they use is different. Okay. So the first thing you can do for line stretching is you can downward stretching. So downward stretching, like you create the new product that have lower price or lower quality. This happens a lot because you need to control the market share. So, for example, the energy drink named Red Bull in Thailand is very famous, but they see the marketers see some opportunities on the market that is some group of people they don't want to pay very high price for the energy drink. So this company just launched the low price name Look Thung. In English, it means countryside brand. So it's made with the lower salary worker. So this is called down stretching. How about upward stretching? Upward stretching is different ways. So you create a new product that have higher quality. An example that we have on the market is like we have Jasmine brand for the evaporated milk, the milk that have very thick and very sweet that we add into the other product to have the sweet taste. So Malik brand or Jasmine brand is the brand that work normally like they focus for the evaporated milk, but they see some opportunities that because at that time they want to have more market share. So they just create the new product, which is the pasteurized milk. So they increase the value, not just for evaporated milk. So we call it upward stretching. Two-way stretching that's happened in common ways, like for the beer. So Singha beer, this is very famous in Thailand. They do two ways, like both downward and upward, and it's in the same time. For downward, they just produce your brand, which is the lower price, and we have the upward, which is the Singha Light, which is the higher quality. So Singha brand do both ways. We call two-way stretching. Then we can have line filling decisions too. So in terms of line filling decision, it's like you add a new product in the existing line to face with the competitors and increase the market share. Like I have product line for snack and I just add new products in that line to increase the market share. So we also have the other three decisions that you can do. Like first, line modernize decision. Sometime when you need to think about the product line, you might need to think about the technology that you will use or the modern technology that we can apply for the new products. So this is the line modernization. Line featuring. So sometimes if you think it's not possible to promote or like all 10 products that happen on your market, you just select two or three and then you just promote two or three products to be the dominant or the flagship products. So we call line featuring. And last one, sometimes if you have the problem like you don't have a good sales, you don't have the problem of the number of the people who want to buy your products. So we need to pruning or we need to delete. So we call line pruning decision. So normally you need to review, like check periodically, like check every 6 months, check every year that what is the product line that should remove. For example, for these pictures, Foremost is the top brand for milk in Thailand. They ever produced ice cream before, but it's not quite famous. They just try to delete the product line. Then it's completely delete over it. So once again, we do like pruning decisions because we have dead product or we have very low profit products. So we need to cut it out. Of course, we need to just focus for the product that have high profit. Then last topics is actually management of agricultural product components. Okay, let me drink. Okay, so last main topic is actually the component of the marketing product. So we're going to talk about characteristic and quality, the brand, packaging, and labeling. For the characteristic and the quality first, when you have organization and you have the product, what you need to do is you need to concern what is the dominant characteristic or what is the good things in the product that leading to the profit. So if you have very good quality products, and then that is the key point for having the profit. So normally, if you have a good product, you're gonna have to think how you make it have higher or have better quality or better characteristic than the other competitors, or make it different. Because the value that is perceived by the consumers will make you feel will make you make your company have higher profit, because if they perceive, oh, my company serve very good quality or high quality product, they're willing to pay more. The price that you can set is also high. And then think about business advantage. What is good that you have over the other competitors? Like you might have a good product characteristic, and you also have the method that can make it available or year, not like the other brand. And you need to think about the increased sales and business growth and product differentiation. And also agricultural products, the key point is very similar. The key point for making you have success in the business is make something different, or make something that consumer know, oh, this is good, this is different from the other people. So what you can do, we call the product differentiation in terms of the characteristic. So what you can do first, you can do form. Like you can have different size, different shape. Like for the pictures, the tomato, the heart shaped tomatoes is can increase the price. Of course, it's have very good looking like heart shape. But this is the form. Second things that you can do differentiation is the appearance. So the appearance, like think about when you look, the first thing that you need to see is have a good look. So for agricultural product, we have this problem a lot, because if you just use the plastic bag, it's not look good. Some people in Chiang Rai, they create the box like the middle, the box for the pineapple. So it's have some identity. It's have some pictures. It's have some yellow color, and it's so that the the front that has very special characteristic. So this is the appearance. How about quality level? For quality level, it's also different. You need to make the suitable quality that meet the consumer target. If they love to have very premium quality, please set it very high. You need to control very high quality like this way. Expected quality. So do not forget to think about what is the thing that consumer expect. Durability. So durability can be in terms of the values, like it have longer shelf life, like canned milk. It have longer shelf life than uh, bag milk, or ultra high temperature or UHT milk can keep longer. So this is durability. Trust. This is very easy to imagine. Of course, you trust CP as the company to produce a good product. The same thing. They create a lot. They create an image. They produce some message that sent to the consumer to make the trust. What typical juice that very famous and be trust from the consumer. Fixable. It's not happens a lot in agricultural product. It's like the in terms of differentiation, you need to have the easy to fix items. It's like wood furniture, like style. Last one. Style is like you have very special things that is present your identity or characteristic that the other brand cannot make it happen. So we can sell these things to um, the, to be the style. Like here we have the craft food, like the craft beer that you can promote. This is a good product, and this is different. If you need to have the unique taste, please drink my beer. Oh, I forgot. We have 100% natural is actually the quality level. Many agricultural products, they have the level on the product to remind you this is the guarantee or the quality level. So let's talk about the brand. So for the brand, Don't think brand is not important for agricultural products because for now, many modern business they pay a lot of attention or they focus a lot for the brand creation, brand development, and brand strengthening because it's actually brand can force the products and brand can represent itself to the product. So many marketers focus for the brand because this is the key success for the business. So what you need to do, you need to create the brand values. So how you can do that? You can do like control the customer relationship. For example, like CP, they create the brand values. Like this is the brand that you can trust, the brand for having a good quality product. Then the benefit from the brand value is they trust you and then they're gonna be the royalty. So for agricultural product, it's not easy to create, but if you can do that, that is the best thing. So brand can be any name, term, sign, symbol. So actually I would say it can be everything that can represent your products. So you use the brand to identify the product, service, or idea. So like in this picture, it can be name, logo, trademark, or symbol. So you need to have a brand. You need to do branding or create your brand. So in branding, you need to think about what the consumer think about branding. So first thing, when you have a brand should be easy to remember and have something different, like not like the competitors. You need to have something change, effective in buying. It means effective in buying decision. You see the brand, you know what is the brand, and you trust the brand. So this is consumer decision dimension. Trust about the product quality, like CP, as I just mentioned. You trust it because it's have a good quality. Draw attention when launching the product. When you have a good brand, then every time you launch the new product, you will be trust. Like the consumer will trust the product because you are the royalty for the brand. Then, in terms of seller dimension, you can use branding in terms of promotion. So sometimes you have like this product, lactasoy. Lactasoy for seller, so you can use this brand name to hit with many products or many flavors. And it's easy to remember in the store. So you can you when you see the brand with the blue label and the white letter here, you know exactly what it is. So it can help you to remind the consumers. And also when you display, it's easy to notice. And also it can use for advertising too. Then for the seller dimension, the branding need to be able to control and solve a problem and reduce the confusion. I would say sometimes in terms of the seller, if the brand name is very similar, it's very bad. So if you have a good branding, you can control and you can make or like reduce the confusion from the consumer. For example, think about Oreo and Cremo. Many people get confused between it. So Oreo might need to create some characteristic like when they think about Oreo, they have blue and they you need to notice the red mark like this way. So in order to differentiate or reduce the confusion, and also they need to have legal protection, and also sometimes if you have good branding, when the consumers see your brand, they will choose your brand directly, like without thinking, because it can help to reduce the price comparison. If the price is changed, but you are royalty of this brand, you will select this best brand. But sometimes agricultural products might not need to have branding. Why? Because they do not want to take any responsibility for first brand promotion. Second one, they did not want to take responsibility for product quality control. So sometimes agricultural product they do not have the brand because they did not want to focus for promotion and the quality control. For example, like for the rice, chicken, and flour, sometimes they did not put the brand because they don't need to make the money for promotion and the quality control. But some brand they can do it, like CP and Dole. So if you can do it, it is product differentiation. Okay, so I would say if you have worked in some company, think about when you're dealing with agricultural products, you might need to think how to make it different or what is the brand that you need to use, like branding technique. Then characteristic of the good brand. So we have some good example of good brand. First one is suggest a link to the product benefit. It's all in Thai language, but the left one is named Tip Rot, it means good taste, and also Roti is also delicious. So both brand have the meaning, which is the good taste. So the name is linked to the benefit of the product. Easy to pronounce, like easy to call, easy to remind. If it's too hard to remind, that is not easy, that is not good. Modern and able to apply to the package. So you need to think about if you have a brand and it's able to apply in all products, it's good for all product. Then able to adjust the new product line. Like if you have uh, the line production and when you need to add more product, so your brand should be fit with that product, like flexibility to add into the product line, and also able to register to with the legal protection. It should be protect from the laws as well. Then type of brand name. So we have many type of brand name. First one, individual brand. So you have just one product, one brand, like individual brand for each product. We have family brand, like we have Kraft, like a huge brand. We have UFC brand for all products. Like UFC, they have juice, they have canned fruit and vegetable, but it is the same brand, but separate family brand names. So separate brand, family brand name is different from the family brand name. Like first one, they just cover everything in terms of the same brand. But for separate, for example, in this case, we have cereal drink, we have brown rice milk drink, WeFit. WeFit is the brand, family brand. We have young rice milk, WeFit. So the brand name is just at the end of each product. So in this case, you can promote different brand because it have different brand names. But for family brand, you can promote just only one brand because it's cover all products. Most of the time, we have this a lot for now. Company trade names. They combine the product name with the company, like Kellogg's Cornflake. So Kellogg is the name of the company. Cornflake is the product. So it's combined together. Then what is the brand strategies? For producer strategies, in terms of the producer, you can use your own brand or producer brand, like focus for the ownership and you be able to set the price. But sometimes if you want to expand it to be the large volume, so you can use the middleman's brand. For example, you can hear this word before, it's like house brand or store brand. So the key component or the key factors for doing this way is you want to have the market share that that brand have. So you do not need to focus for uh, the cost that will happen. Like you can set the low price to have the high profit from the current market share. I would say this this situation happened in some cases, like if you know the brand name, the middle brand have very famous response, like they have very huge market share. So you need to expand the market share. You need, I would say, let me talk in different ways. I think I might make you get confused. Okay, that's it. In terms of the producer want to sell the product in the mass to the middlemen, they would ask the middlemen to use the middleman's brand because they they would have some advantage from the middleman's brand. In this case, if you imagine, think about Big C brand, Macro brand, or Lotus brand. They have the branches around Thailand. Then their production rate is gonna be very high. So what this producer gonna do? They gonna ask the middlemen like, can I produce their product to serve your brand? If the middleman brand said that's okay, so they can produce and serve to the middle brand. But use just for middleman's brand. Don't use the producer brand. In this case, they do it because they need to save the low price, like because they have current market share. So you need to have the low price and high profit. Then you don't need to do any research and development. Do not need to have advertising costs, promotion costs, or distribution costs because they have the market already. Second one, middleman strategies. So we just talked the producers' strategies. How about middleman strategies? In terms of middlemen, what you can do, you sometimes you can sell only producer brand. Like for this one, the Cadbury dairy milk. So you can sell just for this uh, products because you think is you don't have money and resource a lot, so we don't need to promote it. Just sell for this brand only. Sales for only producer brand is mean you do not create your own brand. You do not have the middleman's brand. You just use the producer mainly. For then, sometime you can have sell like both producer and middleman's brand. In this case, what the middleman's gonna do? They're gonna put the producer brand and also middleman's brand on the shelf, and then they're gonna see which one have more famous. If the middlemen have more, oh sorry, if the producer brand have more famous than middlemen, they're gonna remove the middlemen out. And the last one, joint between producer and middlemen. So joint between producer and middlemen that's happen for now is a lot, like specific brand strategies for each product. That is pretty clear that you can focus for each brand specifically. Multiple brand is happened specifically in a saturated market. So if you have very saturated market, like the product that happened for a long time, you need to create the other brand in the same company to fight or to have more market share from the market. So we have, sorry, we have this a lot in the situation that have high competition in retail market. And we do multiple brand strategy in order to maintain the market share. Last one, co-branding or dual branding. So if you have two or more brands, then you think if you can combine them together to be the full names, that is going to be good. So I have this one too. Like I have one case, the ice cream named Happy Plus, they join with Chivit Tamada. So the restaurant and also the ice cream company, they have produced the new product and they use the brand name like Happy Plus Chivit Tamada brand. So this is co-branding. And the fourth branding strategy decision is actually the brand equity. So brand equity is actually you need to create the value to the brand. So why we need to concern about this a lot? When you create the value to the brand, is make you have more power on the marketplace. So think about when the consumer remind your brand, remember your brand, have a good feeling to your brand, accept to your brand, and have loyalty to your brand. This is gonna be very good for your business. So what you need to do, you need to create the brand perception. That is the reason why sometimes they do some charity, they do some CSR to have the brand image. Last one, brand licensing. Sometimes if you want to use the famous brand, you can ask them and pay for it, like rent for the that brand. Like you love Starbucks, so you might pay for the logo if they agree. Like pay for logo, pay for the color, and then use the brand name like Starbucks. Then let's talk about packaging. So packaging is actually the activity that you design a product, like uh, you design what it should be. So don't get confused between packaging and the packet. Packet is actually the materials that is used for cover, but packaging is the activity for designing a product. So in this case, package can be three layer. The primary layer, which is the outer layer. Oh, sorry, the attached layer. If you have the product, the first layer that cover we call the primary. The secondary layer is the next level. Like in this case, the primary package going to be the can. The secondary going to be the cardboard. And when you have to ship, you transfer to the other place. We have shipping layer, which is going to be the next cardboard layer. So why we need to have the packaging? Of course, first, when you're dealing with agricultural product, you need to draw attention. If you have good packaging, they will make the consumer want to see your product. And packaging will use to describe the product and the product features. They will let you know what is the function, will let you know about the good things. Create the consumer confidence. So if you have good packaging, it can help you to protect the product, and when you transfer the product from one place to another place, it's going to be good too. And also it's going to be the preserve the quality. And then good packaging going to have overall impression. Like you have overall good product, it will make you feel like, oh, that is very good for your product. Okay. Then it's going to be sometime, no. Packaging can increase the profit in some cases. Like in Japan, they create packaging to look very good. So the consumer want to buy the product. Sometimes it's just for packaging. It's just for package that is look good. So the consumer willing to pay more, convenient, good. Sometimes they want to buy the package to be the souvenir, to be the items that can keep the good memories. So in this case, it's increase the profit of your products. Then sometimes packaging can responsible for the brand of the company and image. Sometimes they design like the same pattern. When you see it, you know, oh, this is the brand for 1, 2, 3. Like you know the brand name for the packaging. And sometimes it's also linked to innovations packaging too. Like for new food product, they have the package that can show you this is the good temperatures or bad temperatures. For example, when you keep the meat in the container, and then if the temperature is hot, so they have the level that show the red color that show you, oh, this is not good temperature. You need to keep in cold place like this way. Then think about packaging strategies. So we have four type of strategy that we can apply. First one, changing of the package. So changing of the package, like you change the color, change the cost, change of the materials, change of the technologies in order to reduce the cost of the production. Sometimes you do changing the package to meet the new target. So, for example, your left picture, we have non-pole. So, this is the real case. Around 10 years ago, the cost of the milk is pretty high. And then they think they should make a new market. So, buying just the raw milk is not be good. So, non-pole company, they just make the small size milk and serve for the school children. Then they just change the size, change the color to have good looking, have brighter color to draw attention from the consumer, which is the children. So this is example of the changing of the package. Packaging for packaging in product line, which means if you have the brand name, then you need to create the same look. Like here, the second picture is for Royal Project Foundation. So the Royal Project brand for the ready-to-eat meal, they're gonna have this package. They're gonna have the box, and then they're gonna have the green label. So every time you see on the shelf, you're gonna know this is for Royal Project, and this is good quality, like this way. Reuse packaging. So sometimes you have the containers, then this is the strategy that you can use for the other purpose, like for example, for the jam, sometimes you can see they put the jam into the glasses, then you can use the glass in the other occasion. Multiple packaging is the strategy. When you put everything together, you can sell in the higher price. So we call multiple package, especially for the festival that like New Year's Day, Valentine's Day, like that. Last one, labeling. So labeling is actually the part of the branding that just presents something identity. So it's just for making the product that have different characteristic. So that is used for branding. So again, label is part of the brand. So we use it for making something special. So think about this way. When you see, when you have the product and it have the label, you're gonna know what this is. So label and brand sometimes is linked very close. For the brand level, is we have three type of labeling. We have brand level. So the brand level is actually the sign that give you like remind the consumer what is actually is. like for here, if you ever consume the apple, like Washington apple, so you have the stickers on the apple, and it's remind you, oh, this is the Washington apple, like this way. Descriptive level. Descriptive level is actually the level that provide you some information. Like in this case, it is fat-free mayo or fresh fat-free mayonnaise. So it's let the consumer know, okay, this is fat-free. And the last one, grade level. So grade level, remember that this way is very easy. Like they claim something like 100% organic, 100% milk, like this way. This is great. So again, in conclusion, level can do with three technique. For brand, they use the brand to remind you this is the products for this branding. Sometimes if the brand is not quite uh, dominant or it's not, you do not need to promote the brand a lot, but you need to promote the characteristic. You use descriptive labeling. In this case, you're gonna provide the consumer some information like fat-free, lactose-free. And the last one is the grade. You just claim this is 100% or no fat, or maybe sometime you claim that this is 0 calories. So this is the grade level. Okay, so that is all. This is assignment I I put on the PowerPoint just in case that if you want to do something in advance. So this is all for products dimension. So let me know if you want to have more explanation in any point. I think personally, I don't think uh, for product that have lots of detail, I trying to explain, but if it's still not clear, please let me know. So I think we good today. Thank you so much for watching.